Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, All the Pretty Horses. Early this morning I'm going to be focusing on the Divine Masculine and what's going on with him. Now this reading is for twin flame soulmates or somebody that you feel like you have a divine connection with, and perhaps you just don't really know exactly what it is that it is. And this will be Group A, because like I stated, I believe in my last video, is that twin flames and soulmates or divine connections, we're in different groups, different parts, different time frames, if that makes sense. So therefore, I'm going to be labeling this group A. So when we do a check-in, you'll know, okay, well, I resonated more so with Group A, so you can follow that, versus Group B, so forth and so on. And currently, this group here, I'm looking at the Divine Masculine, is currently in Hermit mode. Now, do keep in mind, like I said before, I will be starting off with 3 or 4 cards in the beginning, and then I will shuffle more so to get clarification on the situation. But it just helps me sit and get an idea about what's going on before I start speaking about it. Now, the DM is in Hermit mode currently. And that's not always such a bad thing, just because of the fact that sometimes we need to, withdraw from certain things, people, situations, or what have you, to get a better perspective. And those moments, that's when we're able to gain clarity on situations. So he's currently in Hermit mode, so it wouldn't be any surprise to me if you guys weren't speaking. And please understand that Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine, this person doesn't have to necessarily be a male or a female. This is just the fact that they have male energy, or they're in this male energy, or they have more of that within them. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a man or a woman. Now I'm taking a look here, and this is about basically to see how he's feeling about you, what he's thinking about, he or she, whatever, you get it. And I'm looking at the fact that it looks as if he feels like, maybe the Divine Masculine wasn't very fair to you. When I pull the 5 of Swords here in this deck here, it always just signifies somebody that's like super greedy, seem to take more of their fair share, don't care that they are leaving you with nothing, it's all about them type of energy. Now he is, and please don't get upset if I happen to keep saying he, just forgive me for that. But now it does look as if he's currently, while in Hermit mode, trying to come up with a better plan. Now, of course, right now I don't know what that plan is or what that's about pertaining to the situation. Is he trying to come up with a better tactic to maybe have a better relationship with you, or perhaps even more so trying to actually accept this connection? Because that's sometimes a problem with these divine connections, that we have the runners and like the people that don't. The energy is so strong that it freaks them out and they run. I do want the Divine Feminines to know that he is keeping a close eye on you. He's pretty much spying, and if you want to say, well, how, social media, of course, is like the simplest way to spy on somebody, and necessarily you don't have to be a part of on their page to actually be able to take a look and see what's going on, looking at their pictures. Sometimes people can tend to watch these type of readings and see what this person is feeling. So those type of avenues, perhaps if they know where you work, they may kind of drive by and maybe take a look and see maybe your home. Not in a weird, like creepy way though. Like it's not like in a dangerous way, but he is keeping an eye on you. Just, I guess, to gain more information. That's what I'm hearing. Now, right here, I have here is the overall energy of this reading for Group A. And the 2 of Swords signifies to me 2 people, like the battle of the wheels, basically. Like, basically saying, I'm not gonna bend to you. You're not gonna bend to me. So there's this tug and this pull, this struggle here, and so it's like you're not gonna get the upper hand. I am. So with this card here, it just shows me like it's more so of a battle with not letting you win, and you guys both seem to be in that headspace because it's two people here. So we're gonna clarify more and see what kind of information we can get as to what's going on with him. I'm going to clarify this 2 of Wands here because it's kind of sticking out to me, and I would like to know what they are, the Divine Masculines are planning or trying to plan. Okay, so with this 2 of Wands here, I pulled the Fool card, and sorry, I'm trying to adjust to this. The Fool card, and then the Death card, and so it's looking like he's wanting to kind of put an end to old situations, old things that don't work for him or pertaining to this connection. So whatever has taken place with you guys in the past, it's looking as if he's wanting to kind of go ahead. He's, put that aside and kind of take a leap of faith here, because here's a Fool card that's playing off of this situation. And that's all about new beginnings. So basically, while he's in hermit mode, he's thinking about how to start a new beginning with you. This person wants to start over, clearly. With this 5 of Swords here, I clarify with the Queen of Cups. And the way it's set up, let's see if I can show you and get a better look. But as you could tell, like, he's like looking back or what have you. And this is like a person, like I said, that's like just really greedy, just kind of selfish, And then you have the Queen of Cups, and the way they came out is the fact that they have their backs turned to each other. So let me make that make sense. And they have their backs turned to each other. So basically, while he's in hermit mode, he's thinking about the fact that his behavior, or the Divine Masculine's behavior, and how they have been completely selfish, and how they're looking at you like you're like walking away. So it wouldn't surprise me if the Divine Masculines have been like, what, I'm going to take my cup and I'm going to go find somebody else because he's being a jerk and he's like not cooperating and he's being selfish or what have you. So it wouldn't surprise me if you are in this mind state currently of like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just lay this to rest because this isn't going anywhere, and he's not treating me like I want him to be, like I want to be treated. Which is interesting. Which is, basically, sometimes it takes a lot of this to get a situation to be what you need it to be, or for you guys to get on track. Let's see if I can get some more information on what's going on with the Divine Masculines. How are they feeling about their Divine Feminine? Okay, cool. So you could be dealing with an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I do see water sign here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And on the bottom of this deck here, we have the Knight of Cups. And basically, this person knows how they feel about you. They're very well aware of how they feel. When I pull anything pertaining to the pages or the knights, it more so signifies a person that's in the beginning stages of their emotions, whatever it's pertaining to. And so this Knight of Cups here, it wouldn't surprise me if if you're like, oh, he's pretty immature about situations, just not as mature as you would like for him to be. This is probably why he's not handling the situation very well. So in his heart space, he's a Knight of Cups. So he's like overflowing with love for you. Thinking about trying to offer you offer you something, something tangible for that way where you want to be able to deal with him. Sorry, I can't speak. To deal with him. And so also I have here the Knight of Swords, which, we have more knights here. So, and this person to me is like, he knows how he feels, but he won't let that just play out. He more so wants to be in his head about the situation and thinking about like, okay, this doesn't make any sense. This happened, or I'm not gonna let this take place. And so that could be where you're bumping heads. I'm gonna clarify this Knight of Swords here. What's weird to me is the fact that sometimes these readings can be kind of contradicting a little bit. And it makes sense if you think about it, because people are like that. You don't always feel one particular way. You have one way you feel about something, but then in your heart and then like in your mind, you're like in a completely different space. And that's like, the biggest battle we will ever just like kind of overcome is just trying to battle the mind and the heart and trying to not overthink situations. So, he's looking at you. This is the Empress card. This is the Empress card. And he's looking at you as a person that's like, really beautiful, fertile, know your power, standing in your power. It wouldn't surprise me if he's thinking about having children with you. He's looking at you as somebody that he would like to be with in the long run. And as far as I have the Ace of Swords here as well. And to me, it's just like he's really at this point in time trying to cut through all the crap and see what's what. So, and it's not, like I say, it's not a bad thing that when people pull back from us, because I feel like, in those moments, that's when you can decide like how important somebody is to you. And I feel like that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to figure out not really how important you are to him, but just trying to understand, this connection and what you guys have. It can be very, very alarming, uncomfortable. Twin flames and soulmates, we have, these deep connections with these people. And if you're not used to that, something you've never felt before, it can be scary. I do have the Chariot card here as well. And for those, divine feminine that are worried about this connection and trying to figure out like if it's going to be what you need it to be, it will be. The Chariot is a very positive card. It signifies basically not stopping until you get to your destination with success. Of course, you'll go through all kinds of battles along the way, but it's not going to stop until it reaches destination. And he, definitely what I'm gathering is the fact that, is what I keep hearing, is that he is still waking up. So group A, if this resonates with you, your divine masculine is still trying to wake up to this connection, because I keep pulling these, I pulled another Knight of Cups here. And it's just the fact that he's like not fully aware and not really wanting to believe that this situation is. And sometimes, when you find these people, it's like, oh my God, this is too good to be true. And then we can kind of sabotage the connection because we're afraid. So we can tend to do things to kind of screw it up. So he's very much so just kind of, I feel like, waking up to this connection, trying to figure it out. It is a lot to process when you find somebody that you're so deeply connected with. You can't make sense out of it. It's very overwhelming at times. Too many. 1 second. I'm gonna. Okay, so look, listen. I just shuffled. Okay, I cannot make this up, like, whatsoever. I'm sorry, guys. I am working on the quality of this video. I'm gonna pass. I'm trying to playing with it here. It's really, like, really bright, and it's kind of blurring my cards out, which is fine, I guess. I mean, I'm gonna work on that, but I mean, the whole point is for you to hear what I'm saying. But anyway, I pulled the Soulmate card. So this person that you're definitely dealing with, this card signifies soulmates, twin flame, divine connections. Okay, so if you're wondering about this person that you're dealing with, yes, it's a soulmate, yes, it's a twin flame. Whatever you're thinking this person is to you is who they are to you, and that's just kind of confirmation that you guys are meant to be. Now, what we do, because we have free will, and I was talking about this like a couple days ago about free will. And, we all talk about it like, okay, you can choose to do what you want to do with this information or with your life or with this choice that you have. But when it comes to these soulmate connections, twin flame connections, to me, it's almost not a choice if you're going to be tugged and pulled on constantly. I myself am a twin flame. So I definitely am speaking from experience and also just readings I've done. And if you decide to turn this connection off and you're like, okay, I'm gonna like walk away from this is weird or this isn't working or what have you, like, you're not going to get any peace. Like, I know somebody will listen to this and be like, that's not true. But it's like, for me, it's been that way. Like, if you walk away, you try to run away from the situation, you're not going to get any peace. Like, you're going to be tugged and pulled on and called until you decide to go ahead and step into your journey and, go along with it. And in my opinion, that's almost not really a choice if you don't get to have any peace, in a sense. So, whatever. You can do what you want to with that information, but that's just technically how I feel about this free will. But anyway, this person is your twin flame or soulmate. So whatever you've been thinking about this person, and what type of connection this is, that is what it is. So let's see if we can pull some more cards here and see what's going on. And I'm sorry, do understand that this is a general reading. I don't know if I said this in the beginning. This is a general reading. It may or may not resonate, and that's okay. I'm like I said, I'm setting up these groups. So perhaps it'll help sort out what group you're probably in. Like I said, all twin flames aren't in the same. I'm looking for the freaking word. I cannot think right now. Like, we're all twin flames aren't on the same time frame. Some are a little bit further along, some are a lot less behind, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm going to set these groups up. So this is group A. So if it resonates, I would definitely recommend you probably taking a look at my future group A readings, because this is for you. And I will do group B and C, and we'll see how many groups I get. So we'll go from there. But I pulled the home card here, and he feels like you're home. Like, there's no other connection he's ever felt this way about. He feels comfortable with you. He feels connected. He feels deeply connected. And if even, with this soulmate card, I'm also like seeing the fact that you guys, for lack of a better word, do visit each other or play a lot in the 5D realm. I also think perhaps his higher self can be coming to you when you feel like, these aren't really my thoughts, they're constantly talking to you. Like twin flames and soulmates constantly talking to each other telepathically, energetically wise. We are always communicating and feeling each other's energy, and I definitely feel like he does come in spirit form, in a sense, 5D body, and checks on you, holds you. Sometimes I remember, like, I would sometimes feel vibrations on my cheek as if somebody pecked me there, like kissed me right there. And so sometimes when you feel those things, that can be them sending their love, because our higher selves and our 3D selves are, can kind of be not in a battle, but kind of in a battle for the most part. And our higher selves know what we want and how we feel. Our higher selves don't have 3D issues as far as, like jealousy or, insecurities or what have you. So our higher selves are constantly talking to us and our divine counterpart and relaying messages. Sometimes it comes through something you're watching, music. The signs are always everywhere. Your twin flame or soulmate is constantly talking to you. And one of the biggest things about this that I'm really going to start putting out is that I really want people to start following their own intuition. I was talking to somebody recently about this twin flame journey, and there's so much stuff out there about twin flames and what it is and what it isn't, what it can be, what it can't be, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I think a lot of us, once we find out about this situation, this connection, we instantly want to go and research and find out as much as possible. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But what you don't want to do, because the problem I was having was the fact that it didn't fit my situation. And so I was constantly trying to make somebody else's theories, fit my situation, and it wasn't. So I pretty much, what I did was researched, and then I stopped. And then I was just like, okay, I'm going to let spirit speak to me about the situation. I'm going to follow my own intuition or what have you. And I've done so much better than what I was doing when I was trying to follow all the information on the internet and the YouTube channels or whatever. There's some core information that's really important. Like, this is not a normal connection. This is not a 3D, situation. So a lot of the things that we go to do with these type of relationships won't fit and it won't apply. It's like, we all can tend to kind of manipulate situations or people at times, especially in relationships, you know what I mean? And the manipulation with this situation does not work. Like, take that from my experience. It does not work because this person knows you in and out. So they're hip to, the things that you're going about doing. Being open and honest is, of course, always a way to be. But even more so with the situation, because you will cause more issues than you will help with doing that. You guys feel like home to each other. I get the feeling I'm looking at this card here, and I get the feeling, that he's up at night at times thinking about this connection, this situation, and how to go about getting this, trying to grasp the concept of this. So what my advice with this, just from what I'm gathering, is to be patient with your twin flame. Because this is not easy. This is not an easy situation. It's confusing. It's scary. You feel like, no way, not me. No way, this is my situation. No way, this could be me. You know what I mean? And then, so, just be patient with them while you guys aren't speaking, because I'm getting heavy energy of just not communicating. If you guys aren't communicating very well. And I'm picking up on sadness here. He's feeling entrapped. I'm so sorry about that. I'm going to fix this quality, I promise. But he's feeling entrapped in his own head about the situation. Because of him not, fully accepting it. And so that can be difficult. And so all I wanted to ask you guys to do is hold the space for them. And of course, within reason, I don't like this whole fluffy thing that I hear a lot. And it's just like, oh, hold the space and like wait for them. And it's kind of like contradicting if you think about it, because you can't really wait for them. They don't want you to. They're like, don't wait for them, but just hold the space. And it's kind of contradicting, because it's kind of like, well, if I'm dealing with somebody else, I'm not really holding this space. But what I'm saying is within reason, hold the space for them within reason. If it's, something that's taking place that's not making any sense, or you're not feeling it or what have you, it is okay to go about your life and go do other things, because sometimes this takes a little longer. I've been on this journey for 4 years, and it's just now starting to look like what I want it to look like, somewhat. Still have issues, but whatever. I'm learning a lot. But anyway, hold the space if you can within reason. Don't let this turn into a situation where you're letting somebody abuse you. And of course not. Of course, physically shouldn't even be on the table. But some of these concepts to me can send out the wrong message, and kind of letting somebody take advantage of you, or letting somebody come in and out because it's your twin flame, so you're supposed to like let this happen, and you don't have to do that. Like, that's not okay. So hold the space within reason. Set boundaries. Boundaries are incredibly important. But group A, what I'm seeing for you is just the fact that this person, your divine masculine, is really trying to get his head wrapped around this situation. He has the love for you. It's more so becoming more apparent later on. He's still a knight right now, and what I want to do is get that to a king, because at that point he has fully stepped in his power. So he's still doing a lot of immature things, which is nothing wrong with that. We have to learn. But hold the space for them within reason. And we're going to watch group A over time and see how he grows, how you guys both grow. Because it won't always be about the divine masculine. It will be, we can check in. I will check in with the divine feminine, how you guys are feeling. But for the most part, with these situations, the male energy seems to have the biggest problem with these type of connections. So I wanted to start off with them. But there is a new beginning. He is gathering his own information, going within, which is something we should always do, especially with this. Checking on how you feel. He is aware of how he's been treating you, how he has treated you. And he's kind of like thinking about like, okay, God, like, please don't let her walk away. So he's there. He hasn't gone anywhere. You're heavily on his mind. It's just going to take him a little bit longer to get to where you probably would like for him to be. And that's okay too. Everything happens for a reason, and timing is so incredibly important. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Of course, it's general. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And then I do personal readings. I am still getting this set up, so I'm going to set up an email for you guys to book readings with me, personal readings. They're not extremely, I feel like they're a reasonable price. I'm not going to say like they're not expensive, because what's expensive to me may not be expensive to you, and what's, so forth. So whatever. So I feel like compared to what other readers charge, my prices are reasonable. So you can definitely, I'm going to get that set up, and you guys can email me there and book readings if you would like to have a personal reading with me. And I want to be sure that's all I have to say. Yeah, and then we'll be checking. Probably tomorrow I will upload group B and check in with them. Just stay tuned and like and subscribe, and please let me know if any of this resonates with you. That'd be great too.